So here are some examples of factoring trinomials. I also have the standard form of a trinomial and a step-by-step guide here. But let's just jump right into it. So let's factor x squared plus 7x plus 12. Well, step one tells us we need to find the factor pairs of the constant. And in this case, the constant is positive 12. Okay, so let's start there. Find the factors of positive 12. We have to think in terms of positive and negatives here. So positive 1 times positive 12 is 12. Negative 1 times negative 12 is also positive 12. Okay, and if it helps, I would just divide the constant by a bunch of numbers going up. So let's go up to 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So we also know that 2 times 6 is 12, and negative 2 times negative 6 is 12. Do 12 divided by 3, and we get 4. So we have positive 3 times positive 4, and negative 3 times negative 4. Okay, and there's no reason to go up to 4 because we're just going to get 3 and we're going to end up going backwards. Okay, step number 2. Now we're going to add all the factor pairs. So after we add them up, we get 1 plus 12, which is 13. Negative 1 plus negative 12 is negative 13. 2 plus 6 is 8. Negative 2 plus negative 6 is negative 8. 3 plus 4 is 7. And negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. So now we want to find, number 3 says, find the factor pair that adds to the linear coefficient. Our linear coefficient is 7. So that's this pair right here. So we're going to rewrite this as x and x. So it's always going to look like this, but our first factor is positive 3, and our second factor is positive 4. Okay, and that's how you factor. But let's do a second example. So again, step number 1, find the factors of 24. Sorry, negative 24, because there is a minus sign here. Okay, so we start with 1 and 24, right? So 1 times negative 24 and negative 1 times positive 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 2 times negative 12 and negative 2 times positive 12. Okay, 24 divided by 3, and you get 8. So 3 times negative 8 and negative 3 times positive 8. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 4 times negative 6 and negative 4 times positive 6. 24 divided by 5. We get a decimal, so we don't want to use that. And there's no reason to go back around to 6 because that's all of them. Okay, so now let's add them up. Right, and please feel free use a calculator if you need to. So this would be 1 plus negative 24. You get negative 23. Negative 1 plus 24. You get positive 23. And all the answers should be positives and negatives, like in the last example. So 2 plus negative 12 is negative 10. Negative 2 plus 12 is positive 10. 3 plus negative 8 is negative 5. Negative 3 plus 8 is positive 5. 4 plus negative 6 is negative 2. And negative 4 plus positive 6 is positive 2. Okay, and now which one adds to our linear coefficient of negative 5? That's positive 3 and negative 8. So to factor this is going to look like x plus 3, because 3 was positive, x minus 5, because Oh, sorry, not 5, 8. I was looking at the wrong number. So we have positive 3 and we have negative 8. So we get positive 3 and we get negative 8. Okay. Last example. Number 3. Let's find the factors of 18. So we got 1 times 18. Don't forget the negatives. Negative 1 times negative 18. 2 times 9. And negative 2 times negative 9. 3 times 6. Negative 3 times negative 6. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's it. But that's why you have your calculator. So 18 divided by 4. It's a decimal, so no good. 18 divided by 5. It's a decimal, no good. And we're back at 6. Now let's add them. 1 plus 18 is 19. Negative 1 and negative 18 is negative 19. 2 and 9 is 11. Negative 2 and negative 9 is negative 11. 3 and 6 is 9. Negative 3 and negative 6 is negative 9. And we want negative 9. So we choose this one. And we rewrite this as x. 3 is negative, so minus 3. 6 is also negative, so x minus 6. And that is how you factor trinomials.